What is up, boys? My name is Berate, and a question that I get asked a lot is, Berate, how do you actually develop proper strategy in Valorant? Now, there are things you can do like VOD reviewing or buying my coaching at Medify. The shameless plug. A method that I used when I was first learning the game to make my strategy better is a little bit unorthodox, so I'd like to share it with you today. GuessTheRank.org. Now, this is not sponsored. I am not affiliated with these people in any way. But essentially, what Guess the Rank does is they pull random Valorant clips and you have to guess what rank it is. But we're not going to use it for that. We're not going to use Guess the Rank to guess their ranks. I mean, you can if you want to. But what you're going to do is you are going to use your analytical and prediction skills to figure out how the round is going to play out based off the first frame. So I have the website loaded up here. I'm going to play it. I'm immediately pause it. And I'm just going to look at the information that I have right here. If you can glean sort of kind of what's going to happen in the round, and also what rank it is, what lobby it is, and based off of that, how the round you think is going to play out, you are going to be absolutely frying for strategies in your games because you'll be able to sort of predict what's going to happen. So let me show you my analysis of this just looking at it. I have not pre-watched this clip. I don't know what happens. I just loaded up the website and this is the first clip that was there. So immediately based off the team composition, I see that this is just your bog standard low elo solo queue comp with no smokes. And on the enemy team, again, bog standard low elo solo queue comp with no smokes. So the operator here is a good play. Generally, when you are playing up against comps where you have no smokes and your enemies don't have smokes, using the operator is the best thing to do. So because of that, I'm thinking this Jet is a little bit more of a high-ish rank, or at least he knows what to do when neither him or his opponents have smokes to work with. So the operator is correct, and it is last round, so he also could have just forced an op for last round. So based off that information, I'm immediately thinking it's lower elo, but we're not doing that. Based off the positioning of his teammates, I see the Phoenix is not playing in an active position to use his flash off rip. The Fade is not really playing in an active position, maybe Fade through the eye at round start and then just doesn't know what to do. They have no space in mid. Reyna's immediately pushing out B round start, and they have no mid space, and the Raze isn't really trying to take any. So the way that I think this round's going to play out is they're going to go A, he's going to get one, and because this is low elo, they're going to keep funneling into his operator, and he's going to get 3 or 4. This is my analysis based off of this one frame. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, so he gets one. Remember, my prediction was they go A, but they don't rotate, and they just keep funneling into his operator because it's low elo. Watch. All right, we go in here. All right, looks like enemy team does an operator. He's on an off angle. All right. He's slicing the fire. All right. Again, they are going to re-peek his operator. Of course they are. Yeah. So I would say that my analysis was pretty sound. Based off of that, and just for funsies, I will attempt to guess the rank. I believe that that was a silver lobby. Platinum. Wow, platinums have gotten a lot worse over the years. Anyways, we're not using guess the rank to actually guess people's rank. There's just no video here. Video not found. Maybe I gotta refresh. But yeah, this is essentially what you want to do. So again, I'm just going to go to the first frame of this video, and I'm going to try and predict how the round is going to play out just based off of this. So, immediately based off of setup, he's on high graphics. His crosshair placement is atrocious. He's playing Omen on Breeze, and he has his mini-map set to zoomed in so he can't see the whole map. And he has a bunch of useless stats on the top left. And it's outplayed, but, I mean, you know. Outplayed, sponsor me. Anyways, this is out immediately based off this one frame. I'm saying it's low elo, but let's try and figure out how the round's going to play out. So how I think their setup is going to be is I'm pretty sure their Cypher is going to have a setup on B, because that's generally where Cyphers like to set up on this map. Looking at their Viper, I assume their Viper is going to be playing A. There's probably a wall across A right now. If the minimap was there, there'd probably be a wall across A. Their Reyna is probably going to be either playing aggressive mid or playing aggressive out B or playing aggressive out A. So Reyna's going to be pushing out someplace. Jet 2. I think Yoru's going to be playing a little bit back, but I do have to remember that this is low elo. So chances are the Yoru's going to be playing aggressive as well, because it is a triple duelist comp. So it's a triple duelist comp with Cypher holding B, Viper holding A. He's probably going to rush in onto site, immediately kill their Cypher, because their Cypher has a suboptimal setup, and he's probably going to win the round. Alright. Prediction number 1 correct. Jet was pushing out aggressive. I'm not sure if the Viper wall was set up A, but I'll see if that was right. But it would make sense that Viper would go mid to try and help her team with just her wall setup. Okay. It does look like he's about to go A, so let's see if there is in fact a Viper wall set up here. And if we look at the little spikes along the ground, there was. Prediction number 3 correct. Alright, he's in a 1v3 clutch here. Alright, I'm actually going to make a second bout of predictions here, just because this round did end in a clutch. It didn't end in the sweep on A that I thought, the sweep on B that I thought it would. So, how this clutch is going to work is they are going to dry peek him 1 by 1, and he is going to get 3. There's nobody flanked. This elo isn't smart enough to go for late flanks. So we know that Yoru's backside. They're going to peek him 1 by 1, and he's going to win. 1 by 1. It's sort of 1 by 1. I don't think the Yoru was really all there. Alrighty. My prediction was mostly correct. This whole method here, I'm saying this is a bronze lobby, by the way. Okay, silver, close enough. The entire point of this method is to essentially train your brain and train your strategical mind into making predictions in game and pattern recognition. It is, at the end of the day, it's all about pattern recognition. What you can do is you can go through these random clips from random people, and the more that you are wrong and the more you make a, not so good prediction, you can go through the clips, and the more you do this, the more your predictions will be correct. And if you can get good at predicting off of one frame here, you can get really good at predicting when you're actually playing in a game where you have a much more information than just one frame. This is a 7-second clip, so I'm not sure I'm going to glean much off this. He's going to swing and he's going to kill him. I don't really think that this is anything crazy. He's gonna swing and he's gonna. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'll do one actual prediction here, just to end off the video. But this is what I want you guys to at least try out, because this is how I got my strategy to the point where it is. Is I literally just did this for like 15 minutes a day. Really good way to improve your strategy. So. Yeah, so this looks to be about mid-round. It's a minute 22. Based off of this information, I know that the enemy team does like to play aggressive, based off of the fact that it's only a minute and 22, and it's a 5v3. And they are sort of double stacked on A. Looking at their team composition, this is also a very aggressive team composition, notably with the Brimstone. So the Brimstone stim probably had something to do with them dying, I would say. Chamber is an aggressive sentinel. Sage is there to help with aggression with heals. And then Phoenix and Reyna are just the two aggressive characters. Reyna's going to run it down and go for overheals. And then Phoenix is just going to flash and run it down. So this is a very aggressive team. So I would not be surprised if Sage just holds this and they push and she kills 2 or 3 here. That's it. This is definitely low elo, by the way, just looking purely at the crosshair placement and decision making here. And again, you can try and guess the rank on these, right? Prediction number 1 correct. They did push out. Now let's see if the Sage actually kills them. But looking at their team composition, I figured that they were going to be playing quite aggressive. So there's that. Okay. Getting quite aggressive. They know where the Sage is, so pushing the Sage is probably a good idea here. That's if they push together. Obviously, they're not really pushing together, but yeah. And does she win the round? Doesn't look like it. But even my small prediction there, that based off their team composition and based off of how the round had started, I know they like to play aggressive. You can use this in your own games. Guarantee you, try this out. Your strategy will be a lot more consistent. All right, that's it. Buy my coaching. Bye-bye.